Yo, what is up, YouTube? I just decided to make a hand history video because I haven't in a while, and a couple people told me I should. So, um, this is a 3K on America's Card Room, and I joined it pretty late, but usually I'm at school at night classes. However, for this reason, for sorry, um, I got home early that day. So for that reason, I decided to jump in this kind of late, but I think it's worth it. And because I'm home so late, I miss everything that's above $11 that has decent value. So this is actually a $33 buy-in, and I decided to take my shot with it. I've been doing well with cards lately, and I figured this would be a good test for my skills because a lot of like regulars play it, like the good regulars. So I've been playing this a lot more and been implementing some of the higher stakes tournaments, like 55s and 109s even, but this is a good run of me in the 33, and I guess as you can tell, I'm donking up grind, so yeah, I'm just gonna get this going. 5-9, we're gonna fold, alright. I'm kinda new at this, so just bear with me here. So I get a walk, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Okay, we have Queen 10 suited here. Definitely want to raise. We get called. So we flop an open ender, and I guess the best option here I think is to bet. And I do bet, and we take it down. So it's easy game. And now the table fills up. Okay, these HUD stats here that you're gonna be seeing, it's really nice because it actually is going along with the tournament, it looks like. So here, Queen 9, what is fold? Probably gonna fold that. Looks like blind's already up. We get ace jack under the gun. A lot of people will say not to open this under the gun. I like to. I'm not that aggressive either. So we just get to take it down. Easy peasy. Oh, how do I change this? Where you can see it. So we want to change that. So spoiler alert. I mean, I call, obviously. And as you saw, he had sixes that I hit. Gotta win those verses. I actually don't think I played the beginning of this tournament that good, to be honest. I think the end of the tournament's where it's gonna be getting interesting. Here, I could steal this. I could limp it. Like, there's a lot of things I can do. Okay, well, it has notes on him, but obviously at this point we don't know. So at this point, it looks like he hasn't played a hand, so probably should raise it here. And I just min raise, and I can take it down. And that's stuff you have to watch for. To a 4x, we're definitely not going to play this. Nope. Not going to play that. This could be an open. I don't mind it. Still pretty early, but he's only played one hand. But again, I guess it doesn't matter. I think 11 hands is enough of a sample size to tell if anyone's like tight or loose. So, oops. So it looks like I just fold and he gets a walk, which folding is fine, but I do want to maximize my opportunities to take chips. So we fold there. Here we got Iros. He shoves. You look at he's stealing 27% of the time, but wait, hold on. Let me see if you guys can see that. something I never checked. So if I... Oh, you guys cannot even see HUD stats. Okay. So that's actually... It's actually kind of a big deal. And I would open up my whole screen, but I don't want everyone seeing the messages and stuff. Well, anyways, he's been kind of stealing a little bit, but not like a ton. So, I'm probably just gonna fold. Could try and steal here, but I think folding is an option that, I mean, with a hand like this. So I don't end up flop trips, which is cool. So I bet, hoping he had a king, but I think I like to check back here, because if he doesn't have a king, then we basically get no action. He might flip ace highs here, but I just don't think this is a board where a lot of people want to continue. I mean, we might get played back at, but judging by the stats I see, I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. We just fold. And again, here's another spot where we could, if I'm stealing with the 6-2, then I might as well steal with this in position, but I guess folding would be a better option. And I don't listen to myself. Here we could either bet or check. I think we don't have any equity, and this hits defending ranges quite well. So I think we could just check. And that is a good card to rep if he didn't rep it. So we're just gonna give it up. But he blinds up. Can't call that. Okay. Kind of a light steal, but that's kind of what I've been trying to implement into my game more. I think it's the worst idea in the world. It works. I think, of course, if Mob Bar would get shoved, we would have had to call. Probably should just fold that, but opening isn't the worst. Especially, you guys can't see what I see, but the guys in the small blind and the big blind are uber tight so far. So, it's not bad. We flop an ace, and it is a very, very dry board. We could pot control it, or we could just c-bet. And I think with his stack being so low, I don't mind c-betting. We just get a fold. So now we're up to 12k pretty fast in the tournament, which is nice. Yeah. All right. Ooh. Against this guy who's nit, we're not gonna play. So we have Jack 10. In the cutoff, I think I like a raise. But we get 3-bet, and yeah, we just have to fold. Not much you can do there. Could call if we have some weird soul read thing. Ooh, we had a Watsky. Alright, this hand. So Draven has been pretty active so far, and he opens. And I look to 3-bet, which I don't think is bad, but if I'm doing this as a bluff, I need to do it bigger so that he'll fold. And especially in position, he isn't folding a lot. However, King 10, I mean, it's not the worst hand to take to a flop, so I don't mind it. calls. Low board. I mean, I think I just have to fire out here. Giving up, I don't think, is an option unless I know that he never folds. But as of now, he had folded C bets 100% of the time, so I elected to go with it. Yeah, I think sizing's okay, but he just jams and I can't continue, so that kind of sucked. I guess it was a bad spot to take, I don't know. But also those spots are really good to take in the long run, so I don't mind it. Yeah, we're just gonna fold. Card dead. What do I do? Nope. Alright. Here's a hand. We're probably shoving, and we don't get any action. That's cool. Alright. In the big blind. No slack. Matt Stye, I mean, it could be a button raise. However, I mean, it's a pretty big raise. He's 5xing, basically not folding if I shove, and I just think that this isn't like the greatest spot to take, and I think we could just fold. Did I fold? I hope I did. Good stuff. Alright, we got Queen 8 on the button and 11 bigs. I mean, it's a little loose, but I don't mind it because we need chips, so yeah. Shoving there's fine. I mean, you can always be justified shoving like 10, 11 big blinds as a steal, especially with live cards like that, so hold on one sec, I'll be right back. Alright. So again, this could be a rejam spot, but seeing how tight he is, I mean, I just don't think I'm ever beating his range. I don't ever think that he is folding. Well, I mean, he could fold, but I think he's raising like ace 10 plus, maybe ace jack plus, pocket pairs, like bigger pocket pairs. So yeah, I think I like a fold here, and I'm pretty sure I did that. What am I doing? Sorry. Yeah, I folded. That's cool. 8-4, we're not gonna play. Not gonna play that. Not gonna play that. Ace 7. We could shove it, but definitely could wait for a better spot. Okay, so blinds up. Late registration would have ended at this point, and we probably will be in the money at some point soon. I have the lobby somewhere. I mean, I can show it to you guys later. So let's just see how this goes. So they both fold. He obviously does not have a lot of fold equity. However, I perceived his length as weak at the time, I guess. So I think I shoved, I want to say. And I also think shoving here is the right play if you know he's limping a lot. Like this guy had the limps 14% of his hands, it looks like. Yeah, his VPIP was 20, his pre-flop raise was 6. So I don't know if it's exactly 14, but something like that. And yeah, that's a huge percentage. When you see like a big percentage jump between pre-flop raise and VPIP, that is important to know because that means they limp a lot. So limp equals weak, we jam, and make 2 folds, and that's a nice chip up. Right, I'm not gonna play that. how much do I want to play 10 jack? Alright, so we get moved. We're still kind of struggling. We get moved again. And now we got a new table draw. Got this Draven guy who's fairly aggressive. Butters is pretty tight. And he's got a stack though. And Broke Finger's also very tight, so definitely we can pick some spots. Romeo Pro, I have him as more of a lag player, but we'll see. He had a huge chip stack the last time I played him, so he was like more of a lag. We could shove this. However, I mean, it's not the greatest. If you get called, you're pretty much screwed, so I don't like it. Ace Queen, definitely shoving 12 bigs. We get snap called by Romeo. And it's like we don't hit, but he has Ace Jack. It doesn't matter, and we double. Just get it in good. And yeah, let the cards do their magic. 8-5. He had 7,000. I mean, I like to jam a lot in spots like these, but I think he's got a little bit too much for me to jam 8-5 off. But I did it anyways. I still don't think it's a bad play. He's a very, very tight player, and he likes to cash. And like by that, I mean he will stall. He will hold out for the mid cash with 2 big blinds. So I was gambling on the fact that he's not really doing anything like big that he'd be willing to commit with. So I just jam on him with crap, and it works. Here, I think against Butters, who's running a 12 VPIP 8 pre-flop raise. I think I can definitely raise here and exploit that. If Romeo shows, that puts me in a tough spot. So I think that's why I didn't do it at the time. But this is definitely like someone I can target. That makes sense. I think I had a little bit of bubble fear too. Yeah, I don't need to play it. As you can see, Butters has heaps now. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he is tight. Here I could 15 bigs effective. You could go either way. I mean, you could jam and it'd definitely be profitable in the long run. And you could also min-raise. But if you min-raise, you've got to call off Romeo. And then above, below, I mean, that's very like reads oriented. But it looks like at this point, what my HUD is showing is that he hasn't played a single hand. So if he reshoved, I probably would have folded. So I just go for the open, and we don't have to worry about anything. Cool stuff. Again, spots we can take, but we don't have to. I think a lot of it, again, was bubble fear. I mean, I'm a college kid. I mean, a $33 buy-in is a decent amount for me. And, I mean, if I can cash for $45, that'd be cool. So I wanted to cash really bad. But, again, I've been playing a lot so much where it's like, if I lose $33, it's not the end of the world. It's just another tournament for me. Here we have a suited Queen 10. I think I should be raising this, especially with Broke Finger in the big. And these guys, all of them had not. I mean, all of their VPIPs are under 20, which means that I can definitely exploit that. So, good raise. That's what you gotta watch out for. Here with sixes, again raised. Against Draven, he's aggressive, so I mean he's gonna be defending. It goes check check. I think I like a C bet here. Mainly because even if he's not folding, a lot of the times we have the best hand. If he re-raises, we can fold going cheap. There's no benefit really for us to see a free turn. If we hit a 6, I mean, 6 of hearts is cool, 6 of diamonds is kind of like sucky because that gets the flush there. And it gives him a lot of like chances to hit his overs. Like, we don't have a huge chance of hitting like our set. A lot of times we'll have the best hand here on this board, so I think C betting's fine. And then a 9 comes. I mean, I think I should bet again if he's just giving up. So I do bet. He calls, and when he does that, I mean, he could have a lot of stuff, and I just don't want to mess with it. It hits his range, like really, really hard. So a pair of 6s is usually not good here. I just think I should fold. I think betting the flop and then reevaluating the turn is definitely the way to go. All right. Here with tight guy here, I think opening here is a really good idea because if someone does decide to like play or 3-bet, they're gonna realize that they have to call off the stack. And people at the $33 level, a lot of them actually realize stuff like that, rather than just blindly putting their money in. So opening here, basically say, hey, I'm ready, I have a good hand, and I'm ready to commit here. But also, me knowing that he's not going to call because he wants to make the money is huge. And they're all pretty tight, except for Draven. So I think they're like fully aware that they have to be ready to commit. But what do? I fold. And see, he took that spot. That's a smart play by him, I think. So blinds up. Definitely not in the most comfortable position, but it's workable. I don't think I had to take this spot. I think it was one of those things where I would deuce 3 off and I just move on to the next hand. And when that happens, it makes it even worse. I did think he was very tight and it was the bubble, so I was, I guess, trying to abuse that a little. But I have 2-3 off, and if he does decide to flat or whatever, I'm playing 2-3 off out of position. So I don't think that's a spot I had to take. But again, I can justify it by the fact that he's playing only 14% of his hands. So it looks like we're on the bubble. Here's a spot I can definitely open from the cutoff. But I don't because I have bubble fear, I guess. It's definitely a spot I can take. Nice suited connector. Okay, so I get 8s. 14 bigs. I should just be jamming here and not wanting to play this post flop. Again, bubble fear, don't have that. This is bad. Well, it's not horrible. I don't think it's bad, but I think shoving here is better in the long run. So Draven calls again, and similar to the hand with the 6s, the flop is 10 high, except with 10-4-2 rather than 10-5-2. So again, here's a spot where I think a lot of times I will have the best hand. Even if he floats, it's not the worst if he calls, and I'm in position. So I could pot control it. Then if I decide to check here, he's likely going to be trying to bet, which is not good for me. And we will be in a very awkward spot if we give up the betting lead for the later streets. So I just decide to fire C-bet. I do expect him to call a lot of the time because it looks like he's only folding a third of the time the C-bets. Then an ace comes. I think this ace a lot of the times is actually a good card for me to bet. So I think if he decides to check, I should just pile it in with my stack, because I have less than pot size bet, and I have to just, I mean, if I bet and it goes to river, it puts me in a good spot. So he checks, and I do double barrel, and I don't shove, which is bad because if he calls and I have 4.5k left into a 15k pot, giving him like 5-1 to call, which is not good for me. So I think piling here is a better option. A lot of the times raising for early position, I will have a lot of ace X hands. I will have hit that ace on the turn. So I think piling here isn't a bad idea. And him defending, I mean, he could have some ace X hands, but he'll have like a really, really wide range of hands. And even if he has a 10x hand, piling here, I mean, it'll be tough for him to call, even with the stack. I'll have to have a soul read. I mean, I think at this point he hasn't seen me double barrel, so I don't think he'd be calling with 10x. Granted, he folds, which is good for us. So I should be back. King 10. Again, this is a spot with like this guy in the big blind that I can take, and they'll know that they have to commit. So I just say I do take it this time, which I'm glad to see. And I take that. Looks like Butters is starting to open up a little. I mean, I say that mainly because I just saw him open 2 hands in a row. He could have it. I don't like this hand that much. I could 3-bet it, and Butters is one of those guys that folds to 3-bets a good amount, so I don't mind it. Still in the bubble. 27 get paid. There was like 150 entered. We're just gonna fold. I can definitely raise in this spot right here. I don't mind folding. Again, now I'm kind of justified in trying not to bubble. And it looks like we're still on the bubble, but I got moved. Like there's 28 people left. I don't know. This is definitely a spot where I can defend getting 4.16 to 1. I only need 19% equity, which I'm sure I have a lot more. So yeah, defending here is fine. I have bubble fear. Again, bubble fear is bad. Okay, so it looks like there's one spot missing, but I think this is when the bubble burst. Thank God. Ooh, this is fun. 4-bet, 5-bet jam. He has to fold. Nope. King Jack. We're not gonna play it. Ace 8. No need to play that. Right now we're just looking for a good spot to jam. Simple as that. It's not a good spot. King 5. I'm gonna start, every time I go all in, I get caught, I'm gonna start showing it from before the flop because it makes it better. So I show ace jack here from the cutoff, 12 bigs. Pretty standard. I get called and he has jacks, which is unfortunate for me, but you should always be shoving this spot with 12 bigs. Hit an ace. Cool stuff. So now I have some chips to work with. My goal is just not to screw it up. So ace 5, I think I have the momentum, and I have a blocker, ace blocker. So I mean, I think raising here from the hijack is not bad at all. But again, I'm playing now final table fear. Like, I just want to get the money. The money is so important to me at this age. I mean, Again, that's a spot I could raise, but not necessary. Looks like Frank and the boys is raising a lot. If you guys want to know, just out of curiosity, he's got 44 VPIP and 43 pre-flop rate. So like he's raising almost half his hands. Queen 7. Okay, so we're in the top 18. And blinds up. So we have 20 bigs again or something. Nope. Right. Could 3-bet here. However, he's so short and I'm so short that I can fold in here. King 10 here. I could 3-bet. Usually with these types of stack sizes, I like to rejam. I'm thinking about implementing like just 3-betting and leaving myself enough room to fold. So, but I just decided to fold. He's opening under the gun. He's been playing pretty snug, I guess. Not snug, but what I mean. Right, King Jack. 7-handed with like 15, 14 left in the tournament. I think a raise here, I would actually get a lot of respect. And okay. So here, I mean, I guess just c-bet and hope to take it down. Sizing's fine, and we win a small pot. Right, I was gonna say here's a spot where we can 3-bet, but it looks like it's already taken care of. Let's see what they had just for kicks. Oh, so it looks like we're down to top 12. This is such an interesting spot. We got a guy who's got a big stack and is opening from the cutoff. So, which means he could have a wide range. And then we got a button 3-better, and it's a small 3-bet. So my options here, I think, I could 4-bet, like, small, but I think 4-betting small, although it could look really strong, would just price him in. And I don't think he's folding. I also could jam. The thing about jamming is, a lot of the times, if I get called, I'm dominated or we're flipping, and that would just be a complete pre-flop bluff. However, there is 9,600 in dead money. That's a great increase to my stack. So it all just depends on how light I think he's 3-betting. And we don't have enough info on him to know that. He seemed like he's been decently solid. And I think this is just a spot where I can wait for better opportunities. Although if this gets through, I do pick up a lot of chips. Busting would be bad. So I think folding is fine. Against Frank and the boys, I think I can jam this. And he's not calling a lot of the times. But I was being weak. Alright. I remember this hand. I looked at 3-bet. This was the thing I was talking about, where I can jam, or I like to jam a lot, but I want to incorporate this like light 3-bet with a short stack in my game. However, he's got a big stack, and I'm 3-betting to roughly double him. He's not going to be folding a lot of his hands because he's priced in. If I 3-bet here, I can do 7,000, 8,000, maybe even like 8,500, 9,000, and I can still get away if I feel like I'm beat. And still have 10, 11 bigs. So I don't like my sizing. And then I do get 4-bet. And although I'm priced in, I just do not have enough chips to play this. And I don't think at this point in the tournament, with money jumps getting higher, I don't think that math really matters as much as most people would think it does. So I just fold. Can take more spots. Sophie's been playing pretty tight. Alright, so we got King 10, and I don't mind it. It's six-handed, so yeah, it's fine. Then we get a walk. We got some momentum rolling. We got a cutoff raise from him again, and we got pocket fives, jamming. It's pretty easy. No need to play a flop out of position. It's either jam or fold, and with the amount he's been raising the cutoff, I think jam. And we pick up nice chips. Yeah. A7. Six-handed. We have an ace. Definitely can open. Everyone just folds. Cool stuff. It's all about picking your spots, picking up chips. Pocket nines. He just open jams, and I think this is an easy fist pump snap call. Oh, I was supposed to show you. Yeah, he had ace queen. Not really the best situation for me, but it worked. And I got some chips going to the final table. Oh, maybe I'm not at the final table. I lied. Yeah, that's fine. There is a point where I do start opening up a lot more. I want to make sure I don't miss that point. And I just have to fold there. Okay, now we're at the final table. And I'm gonna find the lobby because I want to remember how much the payouts were. Because honestly, I mean, you hear play for the win, but sometimes you just have to play for money jumps and be realistic. You don't always have to, like, because if you just keep getting ninth, that sucks. When you could have easily made it to second or third or even fourth. Okay, so I found the picture. I'm not gonna show it to you yet, but ninth is 100, eighth is 120, seventh is 145, and sixth is 187. So we've already locked up 3 figures. As you can see, jumps are not that good. And then fifth is 250, and that's where it starts getting good. Fourth is 333, third is 437, second is 583, and first is $959. So definitely don't want to finish 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. 5th gives us 250 and up, and I would honestly be very happy with that. Real talk. Okay, so it says I have 50k, then I get to this hand and I have 36k. I don't know why that is. I'll find out. Anyways, pocket fours, early position raise. I just decided to fold, which I think is fine. I kind of wanted to sit back and just let them kind of kill each other, and then open up more as the table got more short-handed. Okay, so we got ace king suited, and yeah, we'll just take it down. It looks like we're missing a couple hands. I don't know how I lost all these chips. Alright. So Butters raise, and I actually noticed at this point Butters has been picking on my big blind a good amount. I don't know if I can spew that, realize that too, but he 3-bet. And this is again the same situation as earlier, except I have a better hand. A lot of the times I could be racing. A lot of the times he could be 3-betting light again. What else? I mean, it just looked like such a light 3-bet. And if I jam here, there's 14,000 in dead money that I could take. So I like to jam, 4-bet jam. And this is just a great spot, in my opinion. Just pick up a ton of chips. And they both fold. And it's a huge pot for me to win. Because that makes the value of my stack go up so much more. And now I'm hanging around with Molly, Sophie, and Butters. And that is significant money right there. So Queen Jack. Again, he's opening so much. At this point, he was opening 50% from early position. I could just 3-bet him. I like not to, which is fine. I think it is important to pick your spots. I just don't think all the time I should be folding there. I think definitely 3-bet there a couple times. Ace-5 suited. So this chips and dip guy raises, and I have a suited ace, and we had been playing with this guy for a while, so I did elect to 3-bet, just because I've noticed he's been folding a lot. In position, I like this sizing. I mean, I think he'll fold to it a good amount of the time. If he calls, I have, again, ace blockers. I'm suited, and ace-5 is not a bad ace, necessarily, to play post-flop. So when he 4-bets, I got obviously 2 options. It's to fold or to jam. And the question you gotta ask yourself is, does he ever 4-bet light here? And if he does, could I shove here and get him to fold? If the answer is no, then you just fold. If the answer is yes, then you decide whether you are ready to put your stack in. Judging by his HUD stats, he had never 4-bet at all. And I only have 50 hands on him or so at this point in the tournament. And I know you guys can't see the HUD stats, but he had not 4-bet. And obviously, I just think I'd probably just have to fold flatting here. Leaves myself 32K behind, putting a third of my stack in the middle. It's just, that would not be good. So folding. Okay. My coach is out. No big. Don't want to play him anyways. I don't want to lose. Queen. Oh, I remember this hand. I played it super, super weird because I was playing on my phone and helping my folks out with some chores. I know you might be thinking bad timing, you're at a final table of a $33 tournament, but figured I might as well just get it done. So I timed out, checked here. I don't mind checking, mainly because an ace hit the board, and it's just not a great flop for us, but c-betting usually is my option because I like to rep the ace. However, his flatting range, I mean, it consists of a lot of like ace-10 suited, ace-jack suited, ace-queen suited. I mean, that's kind of squarely what I was putting him on in his flatting range. So I think he probably hit that ace and will probably bet. He's very tight. He's only been playing 14% of hands. So he stabs small. I like to peel one time just because I think he might be doing that with nothing. However, looking back on it, I should have realized that, I mean, ace X is like so clearly in his flatting range. Usually, I mean, I'm drawing to 2 outs. And he doesn't give up, and I mean, I just have to fold. And now I'm back to this not good stack. So we got King Jack, we got Frank and the boys, who has been raising uncanny amount. Um, so we're not folding here. Defending here is really good because you're getting 5.5 to 1. However, I take a different line. I jam and I go for the squeeze again. Um, Not counting my 2000 big blind. I mean, we got 9K, 10K, 11.6K of money to come out mine to get picked up. That is a 33% increase to my stack. So they need to fold. They need to fold 2 in every 3 times, and that's a lot of pressure to put on. When they do call, I mean, there's still 5 cards to run out, so I'm not really freaking out. So I think this is definitely a profitable jam. And I mean, of course, I'm just trying to get them to fold, and they both fold. And those are spots where you just have to look for, like, this guy is raising a ton. King Jack could have him beat, but it's not even about that. It's more about, like, okay, he's raising a lot. That means he's gonna have a lot of bad hands. If I push all in, he's not gonna want to call. And that's the same thing with chips and dip. I just didn't think he was flatting any big hands, so I thought I could get him off his hand too. Okay, sevens we're definitely gonna raise. Easy game. King queen. Yeah, we're not gonna play it. Ace Yak. So he just jams. I have 24 bigs, and to me this looks like a pocket pair, but more so than that, this looks like a cheaper steal. And he's been as aggressive as he has been. He's also been 3-betting at a 17% clip, which is very, very high. And I just think Ace Jack suited is too strong to fold. I think a lot of times I'm ahead of his range. I think he's doing that with any ace a lot of the time. King Queen suited, King Jack suited, pocket pairs that I'm racing with. So I decide to call, and I think it's a good call. And I am racing, but you gotta win flips to win tournaments sometimes. And just thinking about all the hands he could be 3-betting there, Ace Jack has a lot of those dominated or is ahead of, and it's just too much of a plus EV spot not to take. Ace 8. This is the momentum thing I was talking about. Butter is playing fairly tight. However, we have Relcat flatus again. So I see that he floats. Pick up equity here. We can definitely double barrel just because he hasn't been folding those C-bets a lot. But I check and he stabs. I just decide to fold, which isn't the worst, but it kind of shows, I mean, I'm kind of letting him push me around. And when that happens, you do have to take different lines against opponents. It looks like so far he's just stabbed every time we've shown weakness. And maybe next time he does that, check raise him, or maybe check fold. Don't even see bet. I mean, I think if he's c-betting, if I'm c-betting and he's floating every time, I'm losing money off my c-bet, and it's pointless for me to c-bet. I have to have a new game plan against an opponent like that. So I would have preferred that maybe I check. I mean, maybe check call, check raise, something on the flop, and then reassess on the turn. Alright. Could definitely open that, but no shame in folding. You feed. Alright, so we got Sophie Granger, very tight, open under the gun. However, I do have Queen Jack, so I defend, and great flop for me. I have backdoor spades, I have an open ender. I just don't expect Sophie's range to hit a lot of this. So he bets 2/3 pot. I think that usually doesn't signify like too strong of a hand. It's got such a weird stack size. I think a lot of hands that he's opening under the gun are like pocket pairs. So maybe he has a set, which in that case, if he has a set, I still have like 30% equity. A lot of ace X hands. So like if he has ace jack or something, or ace queen, if he has ace queen on the head, obviously. He has ace jack, I have outs. He could have a lot here. King queen, I thought, but that might be like the bottom. I was really not too worried about that. So I just like to jam with all my equity and say, if you call, we're gonna gamble, I guess, we're ahead. However, worst case scenario for me, he's got king queen, and I'm pretty much done. That isn't a bad move. It was only if king queen was the hand he had, then that was that. I mean, good hand. I think I have too much equity on that flop to ever be folding it, especially with his stack size. So yeah, it's a piece spot. One thing, okay, Molly Mormon has not played one single hand until this one. Anyways, besides the point, this is about me. Ace 4. I guess we're going for butters, big blind. These two are tight. Definitely jam here. I guess I don't. And I'm fine with it. Ace jack, we definitely should be jamming though. Actually, Molly Mormon hasn't played one hand this whole final table. So I think I just folded, and I'm kind of justified in that. If you have 4 voluntary hand play, 4%, I mean, I don't want to gamble with ace jack. Pocket sixes, I like it. 7-handed, jamming that with 14 bigs is cool. Here we got a suited connector. My stack is pretty low, but just given the pot odds that I have, 420, I think we can definitely defend. But I just fold, which I guess I was trying to protect my stack, and I figured I had to just jam or fold. So pocket sevens, definitely jamming against Frank and the boys, who's just been playing crazy aggressive. He folds, we get some chips. Folding that. So we got pocket kings. Of course, I'm gonna raise. And we got Relcat, who I felt like has been screwing with me this whole final table. So I obviously have 2 options here, and it's to flat, or I can jam. And the jam is dependent on whether I think he's ever not 3-betting live in this spot, which he's been playing pretty tight. However, the fact that he's always just been stabbing at weakness, I think I could flat and just let him pile, c-bet flop, pile turn, and probably call and win a huge pot. So I think at the time, I jammed just thinking like, hey, hopefully he pays me off. But I think at the time, the better play would have just been the call and let him stab, because we know that he's been like screwing with us a ton. Hold up. And so he calls. He's got 10s, and thankfully we did shove and he had 10s, because this would have put us in a very compromising spot. And we hold, thankfully. And Relcat, you suck. No, you don't suck. He's been owning me this whole final table, but it still was annoying. And he busts there. So Frank and the boys has got heaps. got Portray, Frankie, freaking Bean Frank, I don't know. Six-handed, definitely good 3-bet here. But I don't see any problem with folding. Here I should be raising. Okay, so it comes 4 King Ace. He defends, and against an aggressive opponent like him, who's going to be betting a lot, I did not want to play a huge pot with him at this point. So I elected to check for pot. Oh no, I didn't. Why did I think I checked for pot control? Okay, so I guess betting here isn't the worst, because we do have top pair. However, like I said, I do not want to play a big pot with him. I don't want to be forced to call off on later streets with ace high. Ace high, pair of aces, low kicker, so I think checking back is cool. Letting him do the betting is awesome. We pick up a gut shot. He leads out. And again, this is kind of why this is kind of how we would have played if I just checked the flop. He would have let out. And when he leads out, I have top pair and a gutter. I'm not folding. He bets super small. And so, obviously, there's no value in raising here. Cheap showdown's good. So I call. Unfortunately, he hasn't raised, which sucks, but at least we didn't go crazy with our top pair. And now he's got heaps, and we're back on the short stay. Why I didn't open this is beyond me. Should be opening it. Whatever happens, happens, but it should be an open. Alright, sweet. Pick up the rockets, and I spewed at calls, and we have such an awkward stack size. I think jamming here makes it look so like squeezy, and we can get called off a lot wider. I think if we just raise to like 18,000, it's not the worst, but it does look very strong because with my stack size, I should be rejamming a lot against 2 opponents, especially out of position. So I like to just jam, making it look super squeezy, especially since Frank and the boys raise. And I can spew that, saw that. And he called me with ace jack, and easy game. Or do we? Alright, so I'm gonna start probably showing most hands because I do start to make a few moves. Ace 9 should be a raise there. Again, it's beyond me why I didn't. I'm glad I didn't pull it. I would have gotten 3-bet. And I raised, I should be though. I really want to defend there, but again, Sophie's been pretty tight. We'll pick up the rockets again. So I raise, he calls, we flop a set, nice. So I c-bet, because this board is just, there's so much out there. And he re-raises. I could flat here. I think I mean, honestly, this looks super strong, especially on this board. So I don't know if I like it, but there's so many bad turn cards for me. Any club, any king, any 10. It's just all horrible. So I elected to just see how much money I can get in now. He obviously just, I don't know what he's doing. But if I do flat there, I mean, it's a little bit riskier, but I think I could have done more value for him. And maybe I should have flatted there. Yep. Should be opening this. Thank God I did. On a paired board, queen high, we see that. And hopefully just take it down. Getting right pot odds. Terrible hand. Terrible. should be raising this all the time. Good board to c-bet. I get re-raise, and I think we can just end the hand here. We don't have to get involved. Ace king. Okay. Flop top. Again, not the greatest board, but we got a strong hand, so we're gonna need a c-bet. And now he's gun shy. So now we got a decent amount of chips. Alright, hold up. He's been opening a lot. And this is these spots where I told you, you need to just put your head back and 3-bet. And you cannot just let a guy who's playing 50% of his hands, he's up to 50 now, by the way. You just can't let him run the table. He's already lost a ton. He's spewing. It's our job to take as many chips as we can. However, this is what my coach told me. He said he liked the idea. It's a great idea. 3-betting flight is a great idea. However, I'm out of position. I have a terrible hand post-flop. Ace-8 does not play well at all post-flop. Yeah, I mean, if I want to be 3-betting this, I should be 3-betting to like 20,000, 21,000. I want to get him to fold. That is my whole goal in this, is to get Frank to fold. And if Frank doesn't fold pre-flop, that puts me in an awkward spot because I'm out of position. And as you can see up here, he's getting over 2-1. I mean, when I'm getting 2-1 and I have that stack, I'm never folding to a 3-bet. I want to play in position. So he calls. However, as played, I mean, of course I'm going to c-bet. I mean, I usually c-bet small after 3-betting. Guess that's the new thing to do. And works. Definitely should be raising here. Flop trips. I like the check back because I just don't think he's hitting a lot of that. He bets out. And then I bomb the river. I don't bomb it. I just try and get some value. But I think if I c-bet, I don't think I get action. So I think I did actually get max value out of it, as sad as it sounds. Could raise the queen 5 suited on butters. So it looks like I've been playing pretty snug. I like to try to, I mean, I didn't think I was opening enough under the gun. So I like to raise under the gun, and it gets a lot of respect. Also, Molly has been very tight. This whole final table has been pretty tight besides Frank. Butters is starting to pick his spots though. And here when he jams, I mean, you just can't call. Simple as that. Can't call that. So we got pocket eights. We could either flat or 3-bet here. It doesn't necessarily matter. 3-betting isn't bad. So I do 3-bet, and I just get no action, which is cool. So now we got chips, and now it's our goal to be using them. We get a walk. Okay, so 2 button steal, 3-betting this hand isn't bad. At this point though, Molly had not attempted to steal once, so I don't know if I like it. And see, that small 4-bet indicates, I mean, I'm super priced in here, but I just felt like I was beat. I felt like I was up against a monster. I felt like Molly was not folding to anything I did. So I just decided to fold. And that sucks, but here's what it is. Take the hidden stride. So we got an ace under the gun. Frank just shoves. See, Frank, he lost his 350k stack. He's at 98. Yeah, I don't mind defending this. We got a mini suited connector. Now he c-bets. He's been c-betting a lot of the time. So if I'm gonna make a play here, this would not be a bad spot to make it. Let's see if I did. Ooh. I guess I think like myself, so I should be expecting myself to make plays. I don't remember me doing this, to be honest. Butter just folds, because I haven't been making plays like that a lot. Butters pays attention to that. And I knew that he would not continue unless he had something. So shake the pot to me. Good move. I flat here because I like this hand. And I didn't want to 3-bet, but that gives Sophie such an easy squeeze spot, so I don't know if I like it necessarily. Definitely can open that. And Jack 9, that's cool. Okay, that's fine. It's a long hand history. This 6-handed battle is just, I was killer. This is definitely another spot where I can 3-bet. Now Molly's starting to open up on the button, so now I like 3-betting. But whatever. I think I was a little gun shy after the last one. Okay, here I should be opening. And Butters folds, thankfully. I should be opening here too, but I don't. See, here's where you just gotta be opening up more. I should open here, and I don't. Lots of self-criticism from me here, but I should be opening a lot of these spots. We're playing 6-handed, and they are all feeling the pressure. Right now, I'm second. I mean, I'm not feeling pressure. I can just keep applying pressure and getting chips and furthering my lead on the short stacks. So I get a walk. I think this is the point where I go Uber card dead. Definitely, if you're going card dead, I mean, I know you guys see me folding a lot, and I'm not gonna go through each and every hand saying maybe I should have opened 2 queen offsuit here. But I think if you're just Uber card dead, just pick a spot to open. Just be a small spot. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of respect after you folded like 20 hands in a row. Pick a spot to even 3-bet. If everyone's taking the open spots, pick a spot to 3-bet. Especially with this chip stack. I have so many chips. I can use them. And here's a spot where I just say, hey, I have not opened a pot in such a long time. I'm just going to do it with ATC. However he calls me, which sucks. But as played, I think I just got a c-bet. And I get a fold. And see, that's how you take some pots down. Okay, so ace-10 suited. Frank raises me small. And I think just flatting here is fine. Look at my odds, 6.59 to 1. So flat. He c-bets a high percentage of the time. So I think, again, making another play and re-raising would be kind of cool. But I just like to float, thinking ace-high is really good here a lot of the time. When he double barrels, it puts me in an awkward spot because I know that I'll probably have to face another river barrel. And am I really ready to commit with ace-high on this board? Probably not, so I just elect to fold. However, I think re-raising the flop would have been a cool play. So blinds are getting up there. I don't know why I'm not 3-betting in this spot either. See, I should be re-raising 27, 28k at least. That's just bad. That's just me playing too tight. And you just can't do that. And I'm being kind of harsh on myself, but now looking at this is the first time I'm looking through this part anyways. I looked through the earlier parts. I did not take enough spots. There's a good spot to take. I should be c-betting with folds. Wow. How many chips does he have? 3-betting here wouldn't be the worst. I have to make it small enough to where I don't feel committed. And his butters, he hasn't seen me 3-bet, but I just don't like to fold, which is fine. I could flat 2 play in position. I want to raise this. But once I get 3-bet, I just think, well, okay. I could call. I have a nice suited gapper. However, he did 3-bet me. I've got to be prepared to be playing post flop and be playing for a big pot because Frank and the boys puts on the pressure. Not necessarily a good thing. But. Okay, so I raise a 7. Sophie shoves, and I take a long time to make this because obviously you're like, hey, you're getting 2-1. You should just call because math says so. Yes, it does, but I just felt like I was dominated here. And that would be bad for me. However, then, of course, math, I mean, it says I only need 32% to win. Even if I am dominated, I'm just under that. I think, given that, I think I should call if I lose. I mean, I still have 20 bigs, and I'm still pretty even with some of these other guys. So he had ace queen. Sucked for me. Made me sad. I felt like I was going to get 10th. Or not 10th, 6th. What am I even thinking? Alright, so I just defended the min raise because why not? See a flop. Flop top. And he c-bets. And I'm pretty much ready to get it in on a flop like this. Because, I mean, I just don't see him hitting it that often. And rather than just let him maybe hit one of his overs, I think raising here is good just to protect my hand. He folds, which I'm fine with. Right. Again, 3-bet spot, but no biggie. Don't have to take every 3-bet spot. Just for the record. But I'm missing a lot of them, in my opinion. What do Butters have this? Butters was winning. I'm not saying I wasn't winning a lot of flips, but Butters was winning a lot of flips. Ace 5. Could 3-bet there, but he was so short that I just elected not to. Jack tray. And it looks like more niggas out. So Butters has a lot of chips, and he's starting to open up more, as you can see. I think 3-betting this hand actually is not a bad idea. However, Sophie in the big blind, I would have to call her. So I just decided to fold. AC Deucey. Again, could 3-bet. I'm missing a few spots, I think. Just taking Butters big blind. That was a guy I was kind of targeting and trying to pick on his blinds with N2 cards. And Sophie, obviously, when I could, but it's much easier to make it like more convincing from the cutoff than the small blind. Yeah. Could raise this, but I just elected not to. King Jack, I should be raising. When Frank shoves, I mean, this is kind of actually pretty close. But, I mean, I just don't think this is a plus EV spot in general to get your chips in and call. And there are a lot of hands he's jamming here that beat me. So I think overall, I think even against him, it's a fold. Fall, which sucks. I'm already locked up $250 though, guys. I mean, this is good. I've had such a great month. Makes me want to drop out, but then you go through a negative string of variance like I did today. You realize you're not invincible. But see, this guy's starting to pick on my blind a lot. So I'm running out of chips, as you can see. I got 70,000. Getting into kind of a danger zone. Definitely do not want to call off with that. King 10. Frank and the boys so aggressive. I think this is just a jam and pray that he doesn't have anything better. So I did jam and he folds. Thank God. Great pickup for me. Because I am getting short. So back down to that 71 range. Could definitely open that. But we're so short that we're just looking for a spot to jam in. Alright, so deuces. Butters raised the button as he, like I said, he's been opening up a ton. This gives me the green light to jam once he folds because standard. However, he does call me. He has ace 10. And yeah, he does have to call. Got lots of outs, but I fade. And we continue play. Then we got ace 6. Definitely another spot where it was so tempting to squeeze, but if I get called, I'm screwed. Looks like Sophie Granger squeezed. Let's just let's see what they had. Ace king and queens. Cool. Definitely, I think 3-betting here is a smart play. And it works. Because now we're 4-handed. And we really gotta start making some moves. Oh, whoa. Something happened here. Butters holds. So now we got a 3-handed battle. Okay, we're raising that. I just fold the king 3. Everything that's gonna happen, it's just gonna be hopefully us trying to pick up chips. And here we go. This is along the lines of earlier when I was saying that I need to 3-bet bigger when I'm bluffing. However, that is against Frank, who's not going to be folding a lot. Butters, on the other hand, is folding a lot more to 3-bets after raising, which is he's at a 64% at this point in the tournament, which is higher, which means he notices when people 3-bet him. And so with 10-5 off, it's pretty light, but I really need to pick up chips because I'm in last place. And he folds, and those are the kind of moves that you have to make to just pick up some small pots here and there, and then you get back into the game and go for the win. So how much do I have at this point? I have 437 locked up. And now we got ACR. No action, ace 9. Probably gonna want to 3-bet this too. However, flatting is not bad. You don't want to get too 3-bet happy. If you just keep 3-betting and 3-betting and 3-betting, I mean, they're gonna 4-bet you back in one hand. So I just fold. I really want to get 3-bet here. It's addicting, man. pocket threes, I mean... So I like to min-raise, and he defends, and I think I should just be c-betting here. He folds. Don't have to open that, it's cool. Could 3-bet this, and there we go. Again, against Frank, you're gonna want to 3-bet bigger. However, he 4-bet jams, and I just gotta give it up. Give it up to Frank. And Butters is the same thing against me. Now it feels like they're kind of picking on me. So I'm gonna take some chips back. 20 bigs, Queen Jack, Frank raising. I think it's an easy move. Get some chips back. Now we got Ace King suited. And I like to go small because for me it's either jam or 3-bet, and I kind of wanted to leave myself enough behind. And like I said, Butters has been paying attention. He will be folding a lot, even to the small 3-bets. It's good. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that. We gotta be careful about 3-betting too much, because yeah, like I said, it'll get exposed. So now we're starting to pick up some chips. We have 193,000. And we got Ace King. No action. Looks like I didn't want to play it. So yeah, I'm just picking my spots. Ooh, this is a funny hand. Where did Frank screw up? Oh my gosh. No, there was a hand. There was a hand before that. Frank just completely screwed up. That was funny. That's all I remember. Aha, there it is. Here it is. Okay, so he raises. Butters c-bets, and then Frank just jams. And look at what he has. He jammed with a pair of fives. That's what I was saying. I would rather have Frank heads up all day than Butters. Butters is a lot better of a player. So here I go again with the light 3-bet and folds. Third time I 3-bet with Frank, and it's worked. I wanted to do it again. I honestly just wanted to keep doing it. Yeah, this is a fun defense spot. And we can just fold, even though he's going to be c-betting so much of the time. Also, the reason I kind of stopped 3-betting, Frank is so short that it's like, it puts me in such a compromising position if he shoves. 8 ace. I think I should definitely be 3-betting there with any ace, or at least playing it. So here's a crazy hand. I flop a flush draw to the queen in 2 overs. Frank's gonna be c-betting a high percentage of the time, so I like to raise it and raise it kind of big. So I'm kind of committing myself, which I guess anything I would raise would kind of commit myself. And he just jams. It sucks, but I'm getting 3.82 to 1, which means math is already telling you have to call. You have to call. Worst case scenario, he has like pocket aces with like the ace of spades that I'm pretty much done. Best case scenario, or even a set would be better actually, I guess, than that pocket aces scenario. Best case scenario is he has a pair, no spade, and in that case I would be the favorite. So in the end, I do have to call. And he's just got top pair, so I'm the favorite. And that gives me more outs, and that gives me a split. So the way it kind of ran out was sick, but I was the favorite. Does it show? See, 52-48 is a favorite. So I got 8-6. Now we're going to be playing a lot. And this is the end. The Butters is the chicken lead on me, but I'm not going to back down. So I hit the 5. I see that. He just folds. I'm pretty much going to be playing most hands heads up. So when he does this, I like to float with the intention of bluffing him off later, rather than get him off now. He barreled, and I just think this is such a sweet card for me to check raise. Clubs get there, and over gets there. He doesn't have a lot of, I mean, it's heads up, so he could have only 2 cards, but like, the chances of him having the 4 are pretty low. So I just like to raise, and gives it up. Now it's an even game. And I mean, those are the moves that you just have to make. Queen 9 suited. We see that. Nope, we don't see that. And I think checking, I don't think you always have to see that. I think checking is fine. And there's a lot of good turn cards for us. However, if we see that and knowing that there's a lot of good turn cards for us, we can barrel. So now I just, as played, I think folding's fine. King 3. I have to 3-bet because, again, he's been giving tons of respect to my 3-bets at this point. He's folded a lot to 3-bet. This is fine to defend. 10 is often good here, so I just call. Try to get to a cheap showdown. When that 5 of spades comes, I actually think I can bet my 10 for value. A lot of times in heads up, you'll get called by worse pairs, ace highs even. So I think betting my 10 here for value is fine. So I bet small, hoping that I'll just fold it in, but he doesn't. C-bet, take it down. King Jack, I could definitely 3-bet or defend. So I like to 3-bet. He just folds, which is fine. So with a pair of 9s, I think a lot of the time I'm good here, so I'm going to see that. And that, I mean, that is not a bad card for my hand. If he has a king, it sucks. However, I could try and get more value, or I can kind of protect my hand. A value bluff is how one of my friends described it. So I did bet and just folded, which is fine. Here's a good 3-bet spot. Defending's fine though. Don't have to 3-bet a ton. Some people like to. I'm just not one of those guys. I like to pick my spots. Okay, so this is definitely a good hand to 3-bet. He just jams, and given how tight he's been playing, and he's never 4-bet jammed, I was thinking about this for a while. But in the end, I mean, it's heads up. I elected to call. And what do you know? He has the same exact hand. So I raise, he calls, top pair, let's just go for value. No value. Didn't want to play the 6-4. It wasn't money. Didn't even want to play the 4 now. So as you can see, I'm way ahead now. Ace 10 suited. He 3-bets. I could just jam here. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good play. Heads up. And I 3-bet the 7s. He jams. Heads up, I'm not folding this pair. And he's got king jack. He's the king. Here's a queen. Looks like it's going to be over. But what? What? I hit a 2-outer on the river for the win? Yep, that's how it ends. And ship the pot. Ship $959 to me. Good score. Definitely felt really good. Now he's so happy. I'll show you now the picture of my win, just to prove that it wasn't like some weird little tournament. There. Some Donk It Up grind, $959. And yeah, it's just great. So yeah, I mean, I hope that helped people of you who are learning the grind. I mean, I think I played pretty solid. Definitely take more spots than I did, but I think there were times where I did take some good spots. So yeah, it was a good win. I'll probably post some more hand histories later. I have some other high 3-figure and 4-figure scores, which feels good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Turning it off now.